Welcome back to the class of metallurgy again. So, in the last class I had discussed some terminologies used for metallurgy, and next I had told you what are the steps to be used in metallurgy. So, there are three steps in metallurgy, that is extraction of metal from the ore can be done in basically by three steps. First step is concentration of the ore, second step is extraction of crude metal, and the third step is refining. So, today I will explain you the detail about the first step, that is concentration of the ore. So, concentration of the ore can be done by either magnetic separation, froth flotation, hydraulic washing or leaching. So, today I am going to explain you something about magnetic separation. Magnetic separation depends on the magnetic properties of the ore. It is purely based on the magnetic properties of the ore. If the ore particles are attracted towards magnet, then only this separation method is preferred. So, this method is preferred for the ores of iron, chromium, nickel and cobalt. These four metal ores are concentrated by magnetic separation because these four metal ores get attracted towards a magnet. Then how it is done? Two steel wheel is taken. Same radius two wheels are taken. One of the wheel is electromagnetized. By passing electricity, it is electromagnetized, and both are connected by a conveyor belt, a thick rubber belt that is called as conveyor belt. And from the other part, the powdered ore is sprinkled and the belt is allowed to rotate in one direction. The belt is allowed to rotate in one direction. Along with the belt, the ore particles are going to come and the magnetic part will get adsorb on this belt. They will stick on the belt. Non-magnetic part, as the belt just moved down, the non-magnetic part will collect in the collector 1. This is non-magnetic impurities, and the magnetic ore particles are adsorbed on the surface. Therefore, it will collect on collector 2, because from collector 2 this belt is detaching from the magnetic property of the wheel. So, this ore is mainly this method is mainly for the ores which have magnetic properties. So, second method of concentration of the ore is froth flotation. So, in the last chapter surface chemistry, I had explained you about some adsorption concept. So, the froth flotation is based on the adsorption of sulfide ore on the oil droplets. It is based on the adsorption of sulfide ore on the oil droplets. So in froth flotation, it is mainly only for sulfide ores, the ores which have sulfide in it, sulfur, only sulfur, not sulfate, sulfide, like iron pyrite, copper pyrite, galena, zinc blend, these all are sulfide ore. So, it is mainly for the concentration of sulfide ore. So, it is based on the principle that the ore particles are wetted by oil, whereas the impurities are wetted by water, and based on surface adsorption. So, how done? Let us see. In a container, a mixture of pine oil, water and ore is taken, and air is passed and it is agitated very heavily. Agitate means just to rotate and stirrer. It is agitated very heavily. There will be formation of froth over the water layer. For froth is nothing but temporary emulsified oil droplets. They form froth, and over this froth the sulfide ore get adsorbed. Sulfide ore get adsorbed because it is wetted by the oil, whereas the impurities collect at the bottom because it is wetted by water. Then in this froth flotation we use three chemicals, basic two chemicals, and this is a substituent, sometimes may be required, may not be required. So, collectors are the substances which help in the formation of froth. Collectors are the substances which help in formation of froth. So, some of the examples of collectors are pine oil, fatty acids and xanthates. Then froths are very unstable bubbles, so they may immediately burst out. To increase the stability of the froth, stabilizers are used. So stabilizers are the chemical substances which increases the stability of the froth, and these are cresol and aniline. Then suppose the ore is also sulfide and the impurity is also sulfide, then the collector cannot decide which is to be adsorbed. During that time a third chemical is added, we call it as depressant. So depressant are the chemical substances which can select the sulfide from the mixture of sulfides. It select a particular type of sulfide from the mixture of sulfide. So the example is, if I add NaCN, so sodium cyanide, in mixture of zinc sulfide and lead sulfide, and I want to collect lead sulfide, then this depressant is going to depress or suppress ZnS, and along with the froth only lead sulfide will come up. The third method of concentration of the ore is hydraulic washing. As the name suggests, water will be used for the concentration method. So here it totally depends on the gravities of the ore and the impurities. So impurities are lighter than the ore particle, then we follow this method. So in hydraulic washing, this is hydraulic classifier. A cone like structure is made up, then a jet of water is passed from the bottom, and at this junction there will be a net fitted. Then the ore is sprinkled, the powdered ore is sprinkled from the top, and the jet of water is passed from the bottom. Initially you will see that everything is mixing up. After some time the heavier particles start settling down. Those are nothing but heavy ore particles, whereas the lighter particles will be washed away and it will be collected in separate container. So the fourth method of concentration is leaching. So leaching is a chemical process, or it is a chemical method which is based on if ore forms a soluble substance with suitable solvent. So when we are dissolving the ore in some solvent system, if it is able to get dissolved and it forms some soluble complex, then only this method is followed. So for this method, two extractions are explained. Extraction of alumina from bauxite. Bauxite is the chief ore for the extraction of aluminium. So first the concentrated bauxite is converted into alumina, oxide form of aluminium. So how it is done? The concentrated bauxite, the formula for bauxite is also Al2O3 and alumina is also Al2O3. So don't get confused. This is a part of bauxite. Powdered bauxite is digested with aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide. Powdered bauxite is digested with aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide. We get a soluble substance and this is called as sodium aluminate. This is a soluble complex which is called as sodium aluminate. So through this soluble sodium aluminate, when carbon dioxide gas is passed at a moderate temperature of 473 to 523 Kelvin and at a pressure of 35 to 36 atmosphere, there is formation of hydrated aluminium oxide. So to remove this water of hydration or water of crystallization, hydrated aluminium oxide is heated to 1470 Kelvin. We get anhydrous form Al2O3, which is pure alumina, and water evaporates. So the next example for leaching method. Leaching is a chemical method. Next example is extraction of gold by ferrous cyanide method. Extraction of gold by ferrous cyanide method. So as a leaching method, here also the ore must be forming a soluble complex with suitable reagents. So what it is done? The mineral ore is digested with cyanide aqueous solution in presence of air. The mineral ore is digested with cyanide solution, sodium or potassium cyanide aqueous solution in presence of air. We get a complex aqueous solution of cyanide, metal cyanide, which is a complex. So to precipitate this metal, zinc is added to this aqueous solution. We get a zinc cyanide complex and the metal is precipitated out. Now what is the difference between this M and the last M? This M is impure form of the noble metal, mineral form, rock form, where M can be gold or silver found along with the mineral ore. So here the mineral ore is digested with cyanide, aqueous solution of cyanide in presence of air. We get a soluble complex of metal cyanide. Then zinc is added to this soluble complex. We get metal precipitated, pure metal precipitated, and zinc cyanide remains in the solution. So in this equation, a very important thing to be noted is charges. When we are taking metal cyanide, the charge is only -1. Metal cyanide, the charge is -1. Zinc cyanide, the charge is -2. Remember these charges because this is a very important equation for the competitive exams to be asked.